Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video will be about how a depression can sometimes be caused by anger turned inwards. I'm going to describe exactly how that comes about and what to do to reverse it. My name is Elizabeth Kromhout. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and adolescent specialist. Depression is very common in the clients that I see. Some of my clients have what we call major depressive disorder, which means that most of the time they're fine, and then sometimes they'll go through depressive episodes, which means that they'll fall into a deep depression for 2 weeks or more, and then they'll come out of it. Another type of depression that my clients can have is anhedonia. Anhedonia is what we call depression that seems to last a really long time. Like say you know somebody, or maybe you yourself have felt melancholic for the last couple years, or just as long as you can remember. That's what we call anhedonia. With the depressive episodes especially, there can be strong feelings of suicidal ideation or even a plan and also a suicidal attempt. When my clients are going through this, I make a point to ask them what they're angry about. When somebody is really depressed and sullen, it's hard to work with them because they feel so awful that they just want to collapse inside. They don't have any energy, they can't do anything really. But if I ask them, what are you angry about? Many times they'll think for a second and then they'll say, I'm really angry at my dad, I'm angry at my mom that she doesn't understand what I'm going through, I'm so frustrated at my ex-boyfriend for X, Y, and Z. They usually can come up with a laundry list of things that they're really, really angry about. And now that I've gotten them from their sullen state of depression to their more animated state of anger, it's easier to work through. A lot of times people who are depressed have latent anger that they don't know what to do with, or throughout their life experiences, they've been taught to push it down. Sometimes the people who are depressed, and I ask them, what are you angry about? They say, I don't know, I'm never angry. They honestly can't remember the last time they felt anger. They've had so many situations in their life where their healthy human emotion of anger would have not been helpful. Imagine if they got mad at their mom. They probably have a mom who cannot handle them being angry. It would have created a huge mess, an upheaval. Maybe they would have gotten criticized, or maybe their dad would have beat them. There are certain people who have completely disowned the emotion of anger as a survival mechanism. So that's another person that may fall into this category, and I will frequently see in my office as clinically depressed. Okay, so how and why does this happen? Let's take a really basic, obvious example. Let's say there's a kid who is 7 years old, his dad comes home, has been angry all day at work, got yelled at by his boss, and the dad comes home and smacks his kid across the face. That kid, if he were to not distort reality, would have to think to himself, I'm not safe, I'm completely dependent on someone who's sick and abusive, and I'm gonna have to be dependent on them for many more years. That's really, really terrifying and kind of a shock to the psyche. Most people don't see things like that when they're young. You can't. Instead, you switch it in your mind to something that's safer to recognize, and you say, you know what? I don't know why dad came home and beat me. It must have been because I was bad. I must have done something wrong. I didn't finish my homework. I didn't do my chores well enough. Tomorrow I'll be better. Tomorrow I can do things that will result in him not abusing me anymore. And this same thing keeps happening over and over. Each day, dad comes home, smacks the kid, and the kid says, ugh, I'm just not good enough. How? Everything about me must be bad. I can't get the chores done right. I can't make any friends. I can't please my parents. I can't get good grades. My teachers hate me. And it starts to go down a spiral of I'm awful. Now, what does this sound like? This sounds like depression. When all of these beliefs that you've heard from a critical parent or critical whoever else get internalized, you start berating yourself. And now we have cognitive distortions that is a classic marker of either causing a depression or making it worse. If you'd like me to do a video explaining what cognitive distortions are and how they can create and cause mental illness, leave a comment below and I'll make another video explaining how it works. To recap this video, if you're struggling with depression, ask yourself, what could I be really, really angry about? Try journaling. It's a really great tool to write down a huge list of everything you're angry about. Many times the anger you feel is very just and you need to get it out, but you've learned to turn it into yourself instead of being angry at, say, your parent who came home and was angry about their boss but took it out on you. Another idea, if you have a good parent or a good friend who will do an exercise with you, you can ask them if they'll give you some time, sit down on the couch and ask them, say, can I please vent about everything I'm angry about, but do me a favor, don't give me any advice and don't tell me I'm wrong. Don't tell me a different perspective, save that for another conversation. In this one, I just want to know if you will just hear me. Let me talk and express everything I'm angry about, and at the end, just summarize back to me what you heard me say. Summarize back so that I know that somebody understands why I'm angry. Whether or not I'm right is a separate issue to be talked about later, but in this exercise, we just want to create a space for you to be heard and express your anger. Another healthy way of expressing anger is to create art. Some people are very good at writing poetry, some people are very good at writing songs or painting in a way that expresses how deep they feel. Something that you want to do when you have depression or anxiety or anything that just generally sucks is you have to make something out of it. You have to find a way to make it worth it and find meaning in that, and a lot of people do that through art. Another example would be martial arts or boxing or running or spin class, something that really exhausts you. Go into it and take your anger out of it and just try to burn it up. You have to use up the anger. You don't want to go scream at your friends or scream at your parents and be disrespectful. You want to intentionally find a way to burn off this anger. Alright, so that's it for today. Every Thursday, I'll be posting a new video about mental health tips. If you're interested and you want to hear more, please hit the red subscribe button below and let me know what else you'd like to see. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.